Hello and welcome to Babbs Parkrun. It's 8:45 in the morning. It's relatively flat. I think it's I think it's 2-lap course. We should be looking for a sub 25 today. There's a small off-road section. It has been raining, but mostly it should be fine. We'll see how we're going to go. It's really cute here. There's a dinosaur running as well today, and hopefully it's going to be a good run. A little bit windy, no rain due. We'll see how we go.
So guys, when you're ready, 3, go.
Missing numbers today.
Hello, welcome to Babbs Parkrun.
Right, let's go.
We're off, finally. It's a busy start today. Lots of people here. I'll tell you why in a minute. We just ran our way around this corner, trying to work our way through the crowd.
Really slow here.
And accidentally nearly hit that post.
Sorry.
So here we go. Yeah, welcome to Babbs Parkrun. It's the millionth parkrun. Or something. I'm not sure. I'm assuming it means that 1 million parkrun events have been held across the world. And so we had a few more people here celebrating. There was a dinosaur, as I said in the introduction, that you get to see. And we're here for Babbs Parkrun. It's about 10 miles from my house to the east of Birmingham. And it runs along by, I think, the River Cole and the lakes that are around it. And I'm assuming that Babbs Mill was a mill that used to be by the lakes or something like that. Here I am working my way through the field. Keep an eye on these two here with the hundreds. Just remember them. They run this a completely different way from me. So I continue to try and work my way through the field. We're not doing too bad a speed once we get to here, but it's still a little bit of effort. I say 2-lap course. We do this first section here. That's a little bit of an out and back, and we join the 2 laps in just a minute. As you can see on the map beneath us there. We're working our way through the pack. There was this big chunk of people just ahead of me, so I thought, okay, well, I need to get past them. So today is quite a nice day. It had been rainy previously, a very, very rainy week, and I was expecting mud, although it wasn't too bad. There is a short off-road section in this course. It's generally flat. There's about a 10-meter incline in the middle, which I'll show you when we get there. But there was wind, and I think the wind was in this direction, so it did make sense to stay behind people here and overtake people later. And how much that helped me, I feel like a little bit. A little children's play park here. I was just trying to work through the rest of the back markers here. But we were already up to a reasonable speed by the time we got to this point. So it's only the 3rd time I've done this route. It's a little bit of a way out of town. I won't say it's one of my favourites. It is quite nice. It's a bit like Oakland's. It's a nice community park run. Lots of local people. And the big fact is that you can come and get waffles afterwards at the local church hall, I believe. I've never stayed, but I will.
Thank you.
I will do at some point, I think. So here we go. We're on to the first lap. There's a little bridge here. We'll come over the river. And then we are onto the narrow sections here as we go along this bit of path. The path the other side, I believe, is like a cycle route. This side is just a walking path. That's why it's a little bit narrower as we come through. So there were in total 217 people running today. Oh, that's my watch talking to me. It's telling me my heart rate's gone too high. The winner gets 18:46. So again, quite a good course for PBs. Lots of PBs today and lots of new runners come to celebrate the millionth parkrun. So it's feeling okay today. Not too bad, I think. I had done 10k yesterday. I had peaked from my 10ks that I ran at the beginning of last month. And so I'm kind of in an interesting position with my running now where I'm kind of not trying to overdo it too much, but I still want to keep up the pace. So this was the first week I'd done a run every day for a couple of weeks. I did do a little bit of bike riding this week as well. So I feel like I'm not too unfit. My diet hasn't been as good as it should be. So I don't know. I think we're kind of in all right form, and I think this race proves it to us. We're still trying to get the under 25s. That's the big thing for me, to show whether I'm losing weight, and whether I'm running okay is whether I can get under 25 minutes. There were a lot of unexpected dogs on that course, this course. That was the first one. See, it's quite narrow through here, but the people have started to thin out a little bit, so we can kind of thread our way through as best we can. So my plan for this race was just to really see how it goes. I think I was kind of going a little bit faster than I wanted to. You can see there 5:02 for the first kilometre, which makes sense. This section is very, very slightly uphill, but not too bad. And we wiggle through to the point at the end here, as he uses the grass to sneak round, where we go onto the hill, I think. Do we call it the hill? I'm sure people have used that shortcut before. They seem to have cut it off now.
Eileen's Incline.
Eileen's Incline, it's called.
On in.
So yeah, there's about 10 metres of climbing on each lap from what I could see from Google Maps, so not too much. And it is usually an opportunity for me to pass a few people. There's a big crowd ahead of me, as you can see, that's following along someone that's struggling, so it does take a little while. But this is my group here. This all makes sense now we're watching this back. There was someone struggling at the front here, and this is a group of people that were in that struggle. This guy in green here, I think, passes me on the finishing straight. They all run it better. And I think we come to the guy in blue at some point as well. He runs it quite well. The guy you can see in yellow, we chase him for a long time. So yeah, this is how it is. So yeah, this is the off-road section. I guess it's not very long. I guess if it was muddy, it would be awful. But it was fine. It wasn't really affecting me too much. But I thought I'd wiggle through and get to the end of here. So I was past these people as we got to the downhill. I wouldn't say I was overdoing it this stage, but I felt like it was as much as I wanted to be. Which, again, we look at the heart rate and everything, that makes sense. And here comes the second of the unexpected dogs. That's probably the most unexpected.
Unexpected dog.
Most unexpected of all the dogs. Don't know what to tell you. So I thought I'd catch up with this blue guy, but it turned out to be a little bit harder than all that. So yeah, we're coming up to the first mile. It's going to be about 8-minute mile. Definitely on pace today. I don't think it felt as good as this looked, though. You can hear me sounding quite tired. I think I'll turn down the puffing by the time I publish the video, though. You've already seen the fit check in the introduction, but I'll show you the clothes. I was wearing the rainbow trousers today. Haven't got the sunflowers. And obviously stood next to the purple dinosaur that was celebrating the millionth run. Not many people I knew in this one. This is the outermost edge of the course. I'm in someone's photo. See, they like my clothes. I'm back across the river and out to the lakes. That's the Birmingham boundary on the left here. We're fully in Solihull in this race. So kind of started to turn away from the wind now, so it makes sense that we can do a good bit of running. You can hear me moaning and groaning. Yeah, you can see the wind going left to right as we see you. So this guy basically paces me for the rest of the lap. I thought he was going to come past much faster. But we kind of stay roughly with him for most of it. And we're tracking the blue guy ahead for most of this lap as well. So when we come for the second kilometre, the feature of this part of the lap is the little railings on the floor that you got to be careful not to hit yourself on. If you just come round here, you'll see where they are. They put lots of jackets there to show you. But with my level of tiredness, I'm sure I'll hit them one time. So they go 10:03 for 2 kilometres. So not bad. And I kind of knew this. I kind of knew I was roughly on pace, and I kind of knew that I couldn't slow down. So it just got more and more tiring as we went through. You can see the streaks in the sky at the top of the picture. We're right next to Birmingham Airport here, so there's no drone footage for this one, which is perhaps one of the reasons I haven't visited very often, because within a couple of miles of the airport, you're not allowed to take the drone in the air, which is a shame because I think there'd be nice pictures of this lake. Not quite clear which way you're supposed to go here. I took the long way round when we got to this car park, but everyone else seemed to not. But I don't know, this route seemed to be the one you were supposed to do. I do lose a second or two here to everyone else. And we're slightly higher here, and then it does drop down as we come through the park. Hello, Mr. Orange. So it's quite nice to look at the map to see how it looks compared to how it feels. I feel like it makes like maybe quite a nice kind of bird shape looking at the map with a big long tail. Don't know. They got this gate open so we didn't have to wiggle through the path there, which is better. This kid's doing very well. A lot of kids doing very well in this today. Have to say, we'll catch up with a few of the younger ones as we go round. What I did discover at the end is one of two things. Either my camera is slowly falling down, or my head is slowly falling down. Part of me is more willing to believe the fact that as I get more tired, my head is looking down more and more. We're still working our way through the field. We just still overtake a good few people here. I do eventually get overtaken as we get to the end. We're hitting the 160 heart rate. This is top of zone 3 for me. So that's 12:30 halfway. There you go. Surely going to be a 25. There you go. And that's where my watch thought was 20. We're halfway, which is good because it means that it makes me just take it a bit more careful. Okay, last little trip hazard, and we go back over the bridge. For the second lap. Again, you can tell I'm doing okay when the inclines allow me to overtake people. I think that was all right there. And this guy did a good job of pacing me around this lap, however tired I was, because I started to push it here. I think what I hadn't appreciated was I was still kind of leading quite a decent group of people through. You never really look behind. This bit feels like a slight uphill, though it does appear to be flat based on the map. The only bit that's not flattish seems to be when we go through the field. So he's getting away from me here. Poor tired out rat. I was trying to kind of keep the pace about right. Don't want to go too fast. In the third kilometre, it's the obvious opportunity to make a mistake and try and go too fast. Right, onto the smaller path. And we keep it going as we're about to complete the 3rd kilometre. These estimates aren't perfect, it's worth saying. The GPS goes a bit wiggly through all the trees. That's why it looks like we got some plumage on the bird. So that went through at 15 on the nose. And I think that was quite a fast kilometre based on what it was.
Morning.
There you go, there's the tail walkers working their way through the first lap still. Do start to come past a few of them as we go round. Cheer us on our way. Right, ready for the sharp left turn and up the hill. Was it Eileen's incline? Eileen's incline. Thanks, Eileen.
Morning.
So yeah, again, I start to struggle. My head's down here. And we meet a big line of back markers here. They just let us through on this corner, which is very kind. 2 more dogs. Not of the unexpected variety. I've been trying to catch up with the guy in blue that's 2 ahead since this part of the last lap. And then suddenly we go past. You'll see him stop for a quick rest. And a good opportunity to look and see who's ahead on this corner. There we go. We sneak past here. Very good. And there we go, off-road section finished, and then we're onto the downhill. I definitely didn't push it here. I could have gone past this guy, and I chose not to. And you can see with heart rate 167 why I chose not to. Too much for me at this point. Didn't say hello there, probably should have done. Get too tired, stop saying hi. So it was a bit too early to push for home here, so I just followed this guy around for a bit and see how I was feeling and take a little bit of recovery.
Morning.
Morning.
Next to the dog walkers.
Morning.
No, it was nice to have someone here just to pace me along as I was shouting in his ears. Maybe that's why he slows down. But yeah, keeps a really nice pace as we go around here.
Morning.
Got enough energy back to say good morning to a few people. Okay, and we come round for the final turn here. This metal fence here is a good indicator.
Right on. Thank you.
I don't know if we'll get a hold of the video that she was recording. Here's another dog. Unexpected dog number 3. I'd say, and we turn with the wind behind us here. You can see it coming across from left to right. And hopefully we come around this corner and see if there's a few more we can catch up with. This kid's doing really well. Comes through in the orange. He's followed us all the way round. Done a really good job. I think beats me by 20 seconds, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, it's no secret we end up with a very similar time to last week here. And it does ask the question whether it's better just to go all out from the start or whether to start slowly and then catch up with people. A lot of the ones that come past me at the end here have paced it better than I have. So yeah, I don't know. It's an open question, really. So I've zoomed in a little bit here, just because as my head was falling, the camera was getting lower and lower. So past the 4 kilometre mark. Again, about 20 minutes, so we'll see if we can get the rest of it done before we get to 25. Should be alright, but there was no guarantees here. I was tired. I'd have loved to have stopped. Let's just keep it going till the end. Here we go. Unexpected dog number 4. Unexpected dog number 4. I really see my head starting to drop here. And sadly, I don't think I overtake anyone else. I do my best to keep the position that I've got. Don't even manage good morning to these people as I'm really going as hard and fast as I possibly can to get this finished. So there you go. 22:27 for 4.5. So 2.5 minutes to finish. Should be good, I think. And I say it's flat, but this feels like an incline. So just wiggling our way through these back markers, so they didn't cause us too much of a problem, particularly on the wider paths. And so I've got some nice shots of the floor for you. Told you to remember these two. We ran past them at the very start, 400 metres in, as if we were going to have no trouble. And they were me last week. This time last week, I was easily sprinting the end to get a near 25 time. They're me. So it's an interesting question about how we pace it. And I really didn't have any more to give at this point. This guy, I think, had started even further down the field than I had, because I went back to the video and couldn't find him. So he'd done a good job too. He's worried I'm going to overtake him, but there's no chance of that. He looks back twice. The finish line is a bit sooner than the start line. So I was just trying to gauge it here. The finish line still looks a long way away as we come down here. Rad checks his watch for the final time. And then this is the final sprint. Going as fast as we can. Sadly, one more comes past. Just at the death here. And again, we saw him in the Big Cure people at the start. So there we go. 24:51 in the millionth park run. Look forward to seeing you all guys all next week. Bye.
What am I?